Hello everyone. In today's session, we will see that how to run any CI/CD pipeline within Docker with the help of GitLab runner registered with shell executor. For this purpose, a prerequisite will be to have Docker installed on the system and then to have GitLab runner image running in a container, and GitLab runner has been registered with shell executor. If you want to know required steps to do this process, then please follow my previous video. I have provided the link of my previous video in the description box. Now let's start with the steps that needs to be followed to run any CI/CD pipeline within Docker container with GitLab runner shell executor. The very first step is we need to make sure that Docker service is running, and in case if it is not running, we need to start it. So I will execute this command to make sure that Docker service is running or not. Okay, so as you can see that Docker service is running. So next step is we need to make sure that GitLab runner image is running in a container. If you see my previous video, in that video we have started GitLab runner image container without this -p 8090:8090 command. So in today's session, we are going to use this option. So for that, what can we do? So for that, I have mentioned the step over here that if the GitLab runner image container is already running without this -p 8090:8090 option, in that case, you can run this command sudo docker stop GitLab runner and then sudo docker remove GitLab runner. Once the GitLab runner image container has been stopped and removed, we can confirm that right now no container is running using this command sudo docker ps-a. So as you can see that at present none of the container is being run. Next is, as I have mentioned, that today we are going to use this option -p 8090:8090. So I will start GitLab runner image container with this option. So I will execute this option. Over here, this -d means detached mode, --name GitLab -runner means I want to run this GitLab runner image in a container called GitLab runner. Then -p 8090:8090 means I want to map GitLab runner image containers 8090 port to my host's 8090 port. --restart always means due to any reason if it has been stopped or not working, then restart automatically. -v means we want to map this GitLab runner config volume with GitLab runner image containers etc GitLab runner. Again -v means we want to map Docker GitLab runner image containers where run docker.sock file to the hosts where run docker.sock file. And finally, we want to run this GitLab runner image into a container. Okay, so this is the meaning of this entire command. Then I will execute it. Okay, now if we run this command again, sudo docker ps-a, so you can see that GitLab runner image is running in a container called GitLab runner. Okay, so as per the terminologies, the Docker will be my guest machine and the system on which I have installed Docker, it will be considered as my host machine. Over here, in case of GitLab runner running inside the Docker, we don't need any separate guest machine. So host and guest will be on the same OS, they will be on the same system. Now, next thing is, once we have started the container, we need to make sure that that container and the GitLab runner is available and accessible for any CI/CD pipeline. So for that purpose, I will go to my GitLab dashboard. Then I will go to any project. So I'm going to execute all this CI/CD pipeline in my this test project. So I will go to this test project. Over here, settings, CI/CD, then expand this runners section. Over here, you can see that this is the green icon showing that runner is online and the last contact was 2 minutes ago. So right now the GitLab runner container and GitLab runner is accessible for any CI/CD pipeline, and its tag name is Docker Linux test, and this is the description. Now next is, whenever we want to run any CI/CD pipeline via Docker, it will be executed using GitLab runner user. So it won't be executed using root user or any other user. So let's see that. So you can execute this command over here. Sudo docker exec means execute, -it means interactive, -u means I want to log into the containers bash shell as a GitLab runner user. So I will execute it, and right now I am in a bash shell of GitLab runner user. So you can see that this is the GitLab runner user. Next thing is, first of all, we will see the list of users available. So we can execute this command. So it will tell me that how many users are available in this Docker container. So one is the GitLab runner, another one is this root. So all these users are available in this Docker container. Next is, it won't have this sudo. Okay, you can see that sudo command not found. Then if I execute apt update, we have got this permission denied error. Why? Because GitLab runner is not being executed as root user. Okay, now if I say systemctl, so you can see that command not found. So now if we want to run any CI/CD pipeline via shell executor, in all those cases, at some places we might need to use this sudo command, we might need to use this systemctl command, and also we need some permissions, right? Because without those permissions, without this sudo command, we cannot execute the CI/CD pipeline if we want to install some packages, if we want to start some services. So for that, what we need to do is, I will need to execute this command. Okay, so I will copy this command, and at present I am in GitLab runner users bash shell. So I will exit from that bash shell. Right now I am on my host machine. So on my host machine, I will execute this command. Now what is the command? So command is execute interactively GitLab runner container bash and this particular command. So it means that we are saying that from GitLab runner container using bash shell, run this particular command of update and then install sudo build essential tools and systemctl tool. Now I will execute this command, and as you can see that it is interactive-it. So we will see all the output on the screen. Okay, so we will wait for few minutes till the update and installation part has been completed by the command. Okay, once we have installed build essential, sudo and systemctl tools, now we follow the next step. So the next step is to set the root user password, then set GitLab runner user password, and then add GitLab runner user to the sudo group. Now why this option is required, why this step is necessary? Because when all the CI/CD pipeline will be executed using GitLab runner user, in that case, if you want to install any packages or if you want to start any services, you need to execute them using sudo command. And when we work with Docker at initial stage, we don't know what is the password of root user as well as what is the password of GitLab runner users. Hence, we will reset the password of both root user and GitLab runner user, and then finally we will add them to the sudo group, so that on the GitLab runner user we can execute any command with sudo option. Okay, so first what I need to do is I need to execute this command. Now what this command will do, so over here we have not used this -u GitLab -runner option because we want to start bash shell as a root user. So you can see that when we execute this command will start bash shell as root user. Now next I will execute this command. So this command will set the password for root. So abc123 at present, for time being I am setting the password. Okay, then I will add GitLab runner user to this sudo group. Okay, and then I will set the password for GitLab runner user as well, abc123, same abc123. Okay, now next step is we are going to add this password option in GitLab runner users.bashrc file. The reason being, if we add this password at the end of bash rc file of root user, then GitLab runner user won't be able to access it. And in that case, it will have an error. Okay, so that I will show you. So let's say I am executing this command. So you can see that right now I am in root users bash shell, and over here I am executing this command. Sorry, I will copy it again and paste it. Okay, and now if we say cat.bash rc, so you can see that this password equal to abc123, this line has been added to this bash rc file of root user. Now I will exit from the bash shell of root user. Now I will execute this command, which will start bash shell of GitLab runner user. Okay, and now if I execute this command bash rc, so you can see that no such file or directory. Why? Because in Docker, one user won't be able to access .bash rc file of another user, because this bash rc file will be available in individual users individual home directory. Okay, in our case, root and GitLab runner, both the users are different and both are having their own home directory, and then they both are having their own .bash rc file. Hence, they both can't access each other's bash rc file. So what I need to do is I need to execute this command again in the bash shell of GitLab runner user. Now, if I execute the command again, you can see that in bash rc we are able to add this line password equal to abc123, and also we can source this file as well. And now if we confirm that rather it is working or not, so you can see that we are able to get the password parameters value. Okay, so till now we have seen the prerequisite steps that we need to follow to execute any CI/CD pipeline using shell executor inside the Docker. Next thing that we are going to see is my CI/CD pipeline file. So this is .gitlab-ci.yml, that is the CI/CD pipeline that I want to execute on Docker. So I have only one stage called test. This is the stage name or job name called test underscore stage. So you can give any name. I have provided test underscore stage. Then its stage will be test text. So this is the name of the GitLab runner executor or GitLab runner through which we want to execute this CI/CD pipeline. So Docker Linux test. So this is the Docker Linux test. So this is the GitLab runner that we want to utilize to run this CI/CD pipeline. Okay, and we can confirm it over here as well. So cat etc GitLab runner and config.yml. Okay, permission denied, so sudo, and over here I need to provide the password. Sorry, I am providing the wrong password. Yeah, as you can see that this is my config.yml file, and over here I have this shell executor. Its token is this, and its name is Docker test. So over here you can see that Docker test, and this is the ID, you can say UDX. So this is the UDX. So using this GitLab runner, I want to execute my CI/CD pipeline. Next is script. So script that I want to execute over here. First is the command like Docker has started CI/CD execution that I want to print, and then I want to run my shell script.sh file. So let's see this shell script.sh file. So this is the my shell script.sh file. Over here, as we have registered GitLab runner with shell executor, so we are going to execute this script via bean bash shell. Then first of all, we will source the bash rc file. So this bash rc file is the file which contains the password. Okay, this is the password that has been added to this bash rc file. So first option that we are going to do is we will source this file, because if we are not going to do this, in that case all the other codes with sudo will not work and they will result in error. Then this cat is just to print like whatever content is there in this bash rc file. Then next is we will run the command update. Now whenever you are working with Docker container and if you want to install any package, any service, in that case a very first command that you need to execute will be this apt update. Now what will happen over here? So echo $password. So if we see the output of this command, so right now I am in GitLab runner uses bash shell, and if I execute this command, so it will provide me the password which is stored in this password parameter in this bash rc file. So that is the abc123. Then we will pass this password to this sudo command, which will be accepted by this -s parameter, and then it will execute this apt update command. Okay, then once that command execution has been done, we will execute this command where we will check whether Python has been installed or not. So this python-v, if it has been executed successfully, then this $? Command will return 0. And if not, then it will return any other number. So for example, if I execute this command again over here, okay, so you can see that Python command not found. So if I execute this $? Command over here, so you can see that 127. It means that the last command was not executed successfully. So then what we will do is we will install Python 3 and Python 3 development tools, and then we will print that Python has been installed. The same way we will do all other checks, like rather PostgreSQL has been installed or not. Then we will check rather the Postgres service has been running or not. Finally, in Postgres database, we will check rather the root user and the root database exist or not, because if we do not have this root user or root database, it might give us an error. So first we will check that rather the root user or root database exist or not. If not, we will create root user and root database. Once we have installed root user and root database, we will install demo user and demo database. So at present, the CI/CD pipeline that I am going to execute, it contains Python Django project, which I want to deploy from my host machine to the guest machine. And in that Python Django project, I have used Postgres database with demo user and demo database. Okay, so for that purpose we will create demo user and demo database. Over here we have created this demo user, then we have created a password called demo, and then we have provided all the privileges to the demo user, and then finally we have print user has been created. Then we will check rather the virtual env, that is virtual environment creation command, it has been installed or not. If not, we will install. Then we will see rather PostgreSQL server dev all. So it is an important package to install psychopg2 psychopg2-binary packages on Python, which will help us to connect with PostgreSQL database. So again, we will check rather this particular package has been installed or not, and if not, we will install it. Finally, we will move to this demo folder. From demo folder, we will check rather the virtual environment folder is there or not. If virtual environment folder is there, then we will simply activate it. If not, then we will create a virtual environment and activate it. Then we will install required packages from this requirement.txt file. Finally, we will do the migrations to create the tables inside demo database, and finally we will run our Django application on this 8090 port. So you can see that we have used over here 8090 port. Why? Because in the first step we have started this Docker GitLab runner image container with this 8090 port exposed to the host, so that we can access this particular application on our host machine as well. Now we will see it in the action. So what I will do is I will exit from this bash shell of GitLab runner user. Then I will move all the changes to this GitLab repository. Okay, once I have pushed all the changes to the GitLab repository, we'll go to this GitLab dashboard over here, CI/CD and jobs. You can see that status is running. So we'll click on this job name, test stage, and you can see that all the steps that we have mentioned in our shell script are being executed. Okay, so you can see that password equal to abc123. So this is the output of this command cat. Okay, so this is the output of this command. Now we will wait for a few minutes till the execution of this particular job has been completed by GitLab runner within Docker with shell executor, and you can see that job succeeded. So now as you can see that in our shell script, the application is running on this 8090 port, and we have exposed this 8090 port to the host machine's 8090 port, so we can access it like this: 127.0.0.1:8090. Okay, so you can see that we are able to access the application which is being run on Docker. So if I say admin, you can see that we have got this admin page. Now if I want to log in, okay, right now I won't be able to log in because I do not have set up admin user. So before we set this admin user, let me tell you one more thing, that first of all let me log in to this GitLab runner user bash shell. Now if you want to know that where this CI/CD pipeline is being run, so for that we need to go to home directory, GitLab runner user, then builds. So this is the folder name where you will be able to find CI/CD file, then UTX, then 0, then CI/CD21 taste is my package name. And okay, over here if I say ls, so you can see that this is the demo folder which contains Django project, and this is the shellscript.sh that we have seen on my host machine. So whatever the details are there on my host machine, like this demo folder and shellscript.sh, now they have been copied to this builds folder under this UTX. So UTX, you can consider it as our GitLab runners ID. Okay, so you can see that over here in this settings, CI/CD expand, and over here you can see that this UTXCZ. So this is the GitLab runner ID, then 0 CI/CD21 test. So this is the project name, and under this project we have this CI/CD pipeline details. Okay, so demo and shellscript.sh. So if you have not made any changes to your build directory under config.toml file, then by default the build directory or CI/CD pipeline directory will be this builds folder, and then within that builds folder you will have your GitLab runner ID and then this 0 CI/CD21 test. Okay, so this CI/CD21 test, it will be your project URL that you will be able to get from over here, like CI/CD21 test. Okay, so this will be the URL, and under that URL you will be able to get your project details, your CI/CD details. So now what I will do is I will change to this demo directory, then and over here I will activate the virtual environment, source virtual environment ping activate, and over here I will create the super user. So python manage.py create super user. Okay, admin@admin.com, password will be admin, bypass yes for time being. Yeah, okay, we have created the user, so I will go to over here and then admin and login, and you can see that I am able to log in into the Django's admin site. Okay, so over here then I can do whatever admin stuff I want to do. So this is how you can run any CI/CD pipeline from Docker with GitLab runner registered with shell executor. That's it for the day. Thank you everyone for watching this video.